G'day again, Stephen Carey from off-the-grid-noise.com. Again, yeah, I didn't use the yet again. Look, this is compliance, tiny house compliance update. Call it part 2. After watching the first video, I did not make one thing really clear. The clarity as far as compliance goes with tiny homes and trailers and the Shire needs to be... How's that sun? I think I'm blinding the shit out of everyone. Yeah, I know. That bloody sunset. But yeah, that one point, I just want to make it, this will be, I promise you, very short. The point I was trying to make in that last video is, you may build your own trailer, which you will need to get VIN plated to become compliant as a trailer. You may take that trailer, build your own tiny home on it, and you will need to take that VIN plated trailer to the RTA and get it registered as a caravan. And the biggest point is that from what we've found in Victoria, and I did say this, but I'm going to make it clear, in Victoria, the Shire needs to see that you are actually living, or your temporary building on wheels is actually mobile, meaning it can be towed out the gate. And that's where the word caravan comes into it. Right, you may get your tiny home complied because it's self-certified. And one thing with self-certified, I'm going to make this clear too. What we are going to build will have to be self-certified by ourselves. Meaning we guarantee the structural integrity of the build above the trailer. So you can build your own tiny home on your land and go down and get it self-certified as a caravan to make sure that it complies with at least the Shire's requirement for it to be a caravan. But if you turn around and sell it, what you have done is taken the responsibility on. A pretty key point. How's that sun? I know I'm blinding the shit out here, but it looks really good. Beautiful afternoon. We've had some shitty weather here, I tell you. You couldn't crawl under a big enough rock to hide from the weather we've had in the last couple of weeks. This is beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Yeah, but anyway, you can certify and get your home-built tiny house registered as a caravan. And this is not so much to make your tiny house comply. It's to cause the councils, or the Shires, not to get up your nose like a rubber hose. The councils and Shires generally, and I know I get people from deep north New South Wales and northern Queensland that have Shires that just tolerate it. Oh, that's fine for you, alright? Come plop something 15k out of Melbourne and see what happens to you. You know, sit on the outskirts of Sydney and see if the Shire cruises in and says, yes, you are doing a bloody marvellous job there living in your tin shed or your container or your unregistered trailer that's got a building built on top of it. And then come back to me and see if I'm talking shit. To stay within some guidelines that may give you some hope, some chance, you need that caravan registration so that when you take that self-complied build, self-complied meaning you have certified that build, when you take that out in the road, if you have an accident and the police actually pull up the scraps that are scattered all over the road and it's only registered as a trailer, you're going to be in not hot water, but you'll be on shaky ground. Alright, and that's the point of complying to the caravan status and having your build not only VIN plated and certified. And again, this information, and I know I've made a couple of comments, it's not real clear, this stuff, alright? And that's the problem. If I can't, and I'm a YouTuber and a website builder, and I use the internet a lot. If this stuff doesn't come and smack me in the face after looking at 20 different little websites about tiny homes, I'm assuming this information isn't easy to get at. I assume it's out there, but it's not easy. So I'm trying to make it frickin' easy, alright? This will just be called Off the Grid Noise Compliance and Tiny Houses Part 2. So you've got your trailer, you've built your trailer, whatever you've got it VIN plated, or it is VIN plated. You've built your tiny home. I just need you to understand that this is not so much to do with towing it down the road as to do with what happens when your authorities come onto your property and spot you habiting within this building if it hasn't got the word caravan on it. Alright? That's it. I'm going to leave it at that because I've got better things to, I haven't got better things to do. We love helping, but I do have other things to do. Kerry's inside making our quiche for the night. Just thought I'd do a quick 5-minute part 2. Again, hoping that your day was good. Hope you're thinking positive. I hope you're going ahead with your build, your tiny home build. We'll actually be doing non-wheeled versions as well, which are commonly called transportable pod style. We will be doing those as well. I will do both. But the mobile ones, I'm going to make sure, as I said in the first video, don't cause anybody any grief. They will be able to be dragged down the road. And I wish the tiny home community would make a bigger deal out of this for the newbies. We're assuming the people that promote all the tiny home stuff have the interests of the non-informed punter. That's the person who's just looking. And I think this stuff should be really upfront, because you can't just go home, weld a few bits of steel together, throw a building on it and drag it down the road and put it on your block and think either the RTA or the council are going to see you as being quite compliant. Alright, cheers from me, cheers from Kerry, she's inside cooking like I said. Cheers from Jess. Jess is still flat out somewhere. The cat, so one of the cats not here. It's bloody waiting for its dinner. I can tell you it's dinner time. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. And all I can say is... Almost cut my hair. I used to have long hair actually. Yeah, still listening to Neil Young. Anyway, I'm out. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Like I said, hope it was good. Keep thinking positive. Do the research, do the research, do the research. Cheers.